Morning, I'm going to switch buckets. Kind of getting tired of using this 16-inch bucket on everything. And the builder that I do a lot of work for has got another concrete guy, and he has a little mini X, so he's been digging his own footings. And I still do all stuff for the plumber. The plumber, I think, told me before he would ideally like to have an 18, which I don't know. I think this will be fine running this bigger bucket. It's going to give him more room in the ditch, and we got to try to locate these risers. It should go a little bit quicker, but then I've got some other clearing jobs and just a lot of junk I got to dig out and move. So like just in that crawl space video, it's getting a little old using this little 16-inch bucket. They're both a high capacity 16 and 24, so I think they're just 5 or 6 inches deeper than what like a standard of this size or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna throw this bad boy on now that I got the excavator running better and see how it does with that. So we'll take a little video. This is not a quick connect, so got a bolt here that holds that pin in, and then the other one is right here to unbolt, and then you just got to knock these pins out. And I've actually never changed one. I've changed it before on a backhoe, but I've never changed anything with the thumb on there, so that may make it a little more interesting. But yeah, I just figured, you know, like I said, it's running better. We'll see. We'll test it now because this bucket looks gigantic. So, and if Let's Dig ever watches this, he's probably gonna laugh at me, but I'm calling this my man bucket. So for what I do and the size of the machine that I have, that's a pretty good sized bucket. So, but yeah, Chris will find that kind of humorous. It's just a 24-inch. So. But yeah, there's the completion of changing the bucket. Got my man bucket all on. Kind of excited. To me, it just looks better now. It just looks like it fits the machine. I mean, this isn't a huge machine in regards to like the heavy equipment guys, but for the guys running minis and like the landscapers and stuff around town here, it's a pretty good sized machine for, you know, building these yards and doing a lot of that. So I should be able to save a lot of cycle times and everything now with a bucket that's twice the size of what I had. So apparently my big bucket is just a little too much, I guess. I ran this thing for 30 minutes yesterday, and yeah, I'll just kind of show you guys. Yeah, the main pin that holds the bucket on just kind of broke in half. So that's pretty cool. I think they kind of have a little bit of a design flaw, but they won't, Takeuchi won't really admit that. But here's the new one. And it's got the hole here. Here's the new one right here. It's got the hole. Let me set the camera down where you can actually see. Okay. This hole right here is for the bolt that is right here that actually holds the pin in there. And these other holes are for when you grease it. The grease comes out here and greases everything. But the big design flaw is this is where these pins always break, apparently. I guess with drilling all the way through, it's a weak point in the center here, and they always break right here in the middle. I found out today when I went and bought this thing. So it'd been nice if they would have put just drilled and tapped a grease insert in the boom somewhere and not have that, or these wouldn't break. Because this pin right here is apparently made out of gold, and then they paint it silver because this was $400. And I got some rubber O-ring deals and then a bunch of shims to actually put down in between here, which they don't have, and it's probably hard to see on camera, but I'm going to put some shims in between the bucket and the boom because this thing's got a lot of slop and play in there. I mean, I'm going to check that. I got new bushings too, but they said 9 times out of 10 it's usually because these shims and stuff are gone. But you figure out what size shims you need and slide in there, and then on the outside of them, of those shims, in between the boom and the bucket, you put the rubber gasket deals, and it may still need a shim on the outside of the thumb in the bucket because there's a little bit of a gap right there as well. But so yeah, that's what I'm doing for today. We'll take this bolt out and pop the pin out the other side. I think I'm going to clean that thing off and actually mail it to Jason Works a lot and see if he can't build me some more of them, or maybe it's just slightly cheaper than this pin. I just thought that was a little much for 400 bucks, considering I bought 2 pins and 2 bushings and then 4 I guess O-rings or seals or whatever that goes in that bushing to kind of keep the grease and everything in the loader. And I think for all of that came up to 240 bucks or something for, like I said, 2 pins, 2 bushings, and the 4 seals, where the bushings and those seals were right around 100 bucks, and like I said, this thing was like 397 or something like that for that pin. And it's something they say that breaks quite frequently, but they don't know why they fixed it or haven't fixed it yet. But if it was me, if I had something that broke all the time and I could sell for $400 a pop, if I was in the business of selling them, I'd probably just keep that design. But yeah, let's get this bolt out of here and change this pin and see what breaks next on this beauty. A little update on this. I finally got this new pin in here yesterday and got a few shims down inside here to try to get rid of some of the play, but that was quite the ordeal trying to get those shims in there and that new pin by myself. So I had the forklift on it and pry bars and everything else, but we got it back together, and so far it's been a good day. It's made it on the trailer and nothing's broke yet, so we'll see how it goes.